Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on Power Query and pivot table. So let's get started. So if you look in this particular file, we do have a file named March sales report, and this file has the sales of Apple product across several regions like Asian Pacific, Middle East, Africa, Europe, and Americas. So if you look over here, we do have this particular report across several regions showing the sales of Apple product from January up to March for each product and each models. So what I want to do is basically from this given data, I actually want to do some analysis, but we can't do analysis simply because the data is not properly formatted. So what I need to do is I need to use Power Query to do the data cleaning, and then eventually I'll do some analysis using pivot table. So first thing is I press Ctrl N. So Ctrl N means it will create a new Excel file. And for new, so Ctrl N means creating a new Excel file. Then I go to data and I'm going to use Power Query, which is get data from file from Excel workbook. Why? Because our original source is located in an Excel file. So import data from Excel workbook. So once I click import from Excel workbook, you will notice that a box will appear. So in this particular box, you need to know where you save your file. So I save in desktop and I save under 13 June 2025. So you must know what file you choose, where you save, and so on. So I save on the file of March sales. So I'm going to click it over here and I'm going to press import. Once I press import, you will notice that another box will appear where you will have this transform, load, and cancel. Okay, you have load, transform data, and cancel. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to select everything. Instead, I'm going to select one sheet or one particular tab, and I'm going to press transform data, because when you press load, it will eventually load the database into the Excel file. I'm going to press transform data. So once I press transform data, you will notice that we will be navigated to Power Query editor. So what I'm going to do is I just want to remove all this, change type, promoted headers, and also the navigation. So it remains only the source, and this is our original data. So what I want to capture is I want to capture all the sheets. So what is this? Kind means it's either the sheet or the particular range or particular table. So I don't want the particular range or particular table. Instead, I only want the sheet. So I unselect define name and I press OK. So now we do have this data. Next, I need to expand the table. So I expand the table because this will have all the information, and I'll press OK. And just like that, we will have all the information. Asian Pacific, Middle East, Africa, Europe, and Americas. So what I need to do right now is I need to clean the data. So I select these first two columns. I select these first two, right click, and then I fill down because here is null. Null means it is a blank cell. So instead of putting it blank, I want to fill it down. So I'm going to go to fill and fill down. So just like that, we have already filled down. And if you notice carefully, the first two rows over here is not necessary. So what we can do is we can actually remove the first two rows. So how to remove the first two rows is under home, we go to remove row, remove top row. And once we remove top row, a box will appear. They will ask us how many rows we want to remove? 2. And then we press OK. So we have already removed the 2 rows. And then now if you notice, you have January, February, March up to December. I don't want it to appear as the first row. Instead, I will use first row as the header. So I click it over here. It will be promoted as a header over here. And then the next thing what I need to do is I want to actually remove the other columns, because here we have January up to December, but the other columns like column 17 and until the end is not necessary. So I'm going to click this, shift until false, and I'm going to press delete. So in this case, we only have the important columns. But then if you notice over here we have total, we have null, we have null, we have gen. So it's not necessary. So I'm going to filter out. I'm going to unselect the null and also unselect the total so that we only have dedicated for the models. And then the next thing is I'm going to select Jan up till the end. So Jan to December. And then what I'm going to do is transform unpivot column. So I click unpivot column. So now we have the monthly data. You might be wondering why we only have January, February, March. Because if just say we look over here, in this case we have data from January, February, March. But April until December there is no data. That means it is blank, it is null. So that is why when you unpivot, we only have January up to March only. So the next thing what I do is I actually want to arrange the column. So this one will be over here. So this one will be actually called the regions. So I'm going to put here region. Over here, I'll put this as a code. And then over here is the product. This is the models. This is months. And this one you can put RM, value or Indian rupees, up to you. So I'm going to put here RM. And then the next thing is I'm going to change this to a whole number format. And if you look over here, yes, we do have the region. However, it is not properly formatted because some of it has uppercase, normal case, and so on. So what we do is we select this column. Under transform, we go to format and we want to put capitalize each word. So when I capitalize each word will have a proper case instead of this uppercase or lowercase. And then what I'll do is I'll go to home and I'm going to press close and load to. So I'm going to click here, close and load to. So once I press close and load to, it will go to the Excel. And then what I want to do is I want to load as pivot table in the existing sheet. And I'm going to press OK.